Hi everybody, it's Oksana. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of these rings. This is kind of a basic gemstone ring. It uses a bead. This one is oxidized copper. This one's got some colored wire that it's made out of, and this is the one that I'm going to be demonstrating on. It is just bare copper. I have not oxidized it yet. So if you want to see how to make this ring, then just keep watching. So we're starting with 2 pieces of 20 gauge wire. Mine are about 7 inches. I'm giving myself about 2 inches here of room, and then I'm starting. And you can do your favorite weaving pattern, but this is the one that I'm going to do for this ring. This is a 28 gauge wire. All of my wire is copper, round, dead soft. So I put the wire through the 2 of my wires here, and I'm holding it down so it doesn't pop out. And what I'm doing is I'm bringing it up, over, in between, from front to back, up, over, down the front, all the way to the bottom, and underneath the very bottom, and then in between again, towards me, down. This is repeating now. Over the top, to the back, over the top, down both. Over the bottom. So another way to think of this pattern is 1 loop around the bottom, 1 loop around the top, and 1 loop around both, because that's what it kind of looks like if you are looking at the actual pattern up close. So I'm going to continue this for a bit. I'll show you how long it needs to be in 1 second. And one thing about this particular weaving pattern is every little bit you want to go ahead and push it together, because if you go for too long, it's going to be really hard to get your little wraps all tight. So just every few wraps, just grab your pliers or even just your fingers and tighten it up. Alright, so what you want to do for sizing of this and how long you need this to be is you want to grab one of these wires and slide your bead onto it. So that we're doing the same thing, let's just say the top wire here. And you want to take your ring mandrel, you want to wrap it around the size that you want, and basically you want your bead to fill in the space. So mine is about a 6 because where my weave, starts and ends, there's a little gap, obviously, and my bead is about the size of that gap. Here might be clearer to see like this. So that's how you know when to stop weaving. What we're going to do now is just kind of change these wires a little bit. Okay, so I have these 2 wires kind of on top, so to speak. This one just kind of down the side. And then I have the wire that my bead is on. This is just a little aquamarine bead. I'm taking the wire that it's on. I'm tightening my ring because if I leave it loose, there's going to be this gap. So I'm kind of tightening it up. And I'm taking this wire and I'm wrapping it around and bringing it under. Keeping it nice and tight and through here. Like that. Now it's all connected. There's no gap. See what I mean about, like, I was keeping it tight and there's no gap. Now, the only thing that you might want to keep in mind, depending on what your bead looks like, so my bead is, is pretty round, or it is round, and it's relatively thick, so it is going to make the ring feel tighter, because the ring is not perfectly round on the inside now. It has that bead. So mine's actually about a 5 now. It took about, 1 size off. If you're making it for yourself, you can just try it on, and see how it fits, if it feels comfortable with that bead in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this wire that we wrapped. Leave yourself just a little bit and cut it. We're going to take our round nose pliers, and I'm just going to make a little tiny loop like this. Just like that. Now this is a little tail where we started weaving. You can just cut that and pinch it down with your pliers so you know it's not sticking up. Okay. Now we have one wire on this side and 2 wires on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our weaving wire, which I never cut, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap that around this top wire here until it is long enough to cover one side of this bead here. So once it is long enough, you want to bend it around your bead, move your weaving wire out of the way. What we're actually going to do with this weaving wire, we're not going to cut it, but we're going to weave around this wire here. So if you want, you can go ahead and start that. Just make a few little wraps around, and this will kind of help get your weaving wire out of the way as well. Just going to tighten that up. Okay, so taking this wire here and putting it around and through here. And now I'm trimming it. Essentially, we're just doing the same thing that we did on the other side. Just going to be a little curl here, a little loop. Like that. Now we're going to continue to wrap around this way, around this wire here until it's long enough to reach the other side. So once you've weaved for long enough, we're just going to cut our weaving wire. We're going to pinch it down with your pliers. Tighten up that weave. So here it is. It's this wire here. I just kind of shaped it around my stone. I'm going to put it through the ring. One more time through the ring. The reason I'm doing one more time is just so that I can have it next to this other curl. And then I'm trimming that off. I'm just making a tiny little loop right next to my other loop. Like that. Now all that's left is this wire here. I am just shaping it so that it goes right next to that other wire like that. I'm putting it through the ring. And then I'm putting it right here. If you can kind of move that little curl and just pop this wire in there like that. See that? Now I'm bending it towards my stone, cutting that. And now I'm just making a little curl. Like that. And that is it. You can kind of fix it a little bit, like I'm going to raise this wire up a tiny bit. I'm going to push the whole stone down. You can use your ring mandrel again. There we go. So here's what that looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.